We are here on the family farm, and this is where the whole operation is actually being taken place. As you know, we're building it off-site. So the house gets built here in dozens and dozens of panels, and then we move it by flatbed truck all the way over into Mangawhai. It's about 45 minutes drive from here, so it's not too far. But check this out. There is something so amazing about coming here. Native bush block 1 and 2 and 3, protective native bush blocks on our farm. As far as you can see here, this is what we got, and it goes further over the hill. We've got a lake right here, which I'll show you, which we actually made that years ago. But all these plants, all these trees, we've planted all of this. There's something so nice and peaceful coming here. We normally have some rabbits just around here. They come and greet us. And there's all sorts of wildlife around here. We've got ducks and geese and swans in the lake, which I'll come and show you now. And it's the perfect day. It's an absolutely perfect day today. There's not a breath of wind, sun is out, blue skies. But let's go. I'll start showing you this whole operation that we've got going. We've got a couple of sheds where everything gets built. We'll leave that gate open. Hopefully there's some ducks here. At least get to see. I'll show you here. So this all used to just be like a marshland, and we just kind of dammed it up, and there's a few ducks in the background. It'd be hard to see, but yeah. And got a nice river right here too, and the protective bush block. And this is it. We got the house at the top here. You can kind of just see at the top. That's one of the protective bush blocks. There's something just so peaceful about coming to a place like this. For years and years, it was just hard work. There was nothing here before. No houses, no sheds, no gates, fences. There was nothing. And over the years, we've just slowly grinded away and got this all here. This is shed 1. This is where we'll be showing you. This is where all of the house building, most of it's getting done. And then we've got storage here in the tent. And just down here, we've got 2 others. Shed 3, as you can kind of see, is just further down. And then that's shed 2. Shed 3 is where we store everything. This has got all farm equipment. We don't need to show you that. But let's go take a look. I think Terence should be in here. It's probably building away. Wow, sun is bright as today. So this is the operation. Terence there. Got a forklift. So I might as well show you. I'll take you over here right to the start. This is the last of the pile of timber to build the house, to build the envelope anyway. And there was a few piles. There was quite a few piles, and it's always so rewarding seeing that pile slowly come down. So as you can see, through the doors behind me, we drop off all the timber and chuck it straight on to the cutting table, which we actually made a little while ago. And I can actually take all this off. Show you. we just kind of got this nice simple little operation. Cutting, saw, we kind of got the drill press, and then this is our chock, which we made. There's a nice little handle on it, but this kind of goes into all of these different lengths that we've pre-measured, and there's a few on this side too. And essentially, you just slide the chock in, and it slides into the kind of holes in there, and then you just pull the timber straight across, and just means there's no measuring. You don't need to waste so much time measuring just tons and tons of lengths. As you can see, the huge pile of timber there, and it just makes it so much quicker. And then once you've kind of cut it, little storage thing here, this is all on wheels. All of our equipment is pretty much on wheels, so all of these tables can move around, because it's quite a small operation. So, we like to kind of make sure it's as efficient as possible. And once we've got all the links there, then it comes straight to the cutting table. As you can see, we've actually kind of got one here, which this has already got plywood on it. So it's got the frame, the plywood, and the wrap. And then it's hooked up here. So this is how we move it. We use that with our forklift to move all these panels around. This is quite a small panel, so this is probably half the size of what our panels normally are. But yeah, and then once it kind of goes there, then we start storing them. And this is all level 3. So all level 3 stuff, some more level 3, and they're all at slightly different stages. We're going to get them all to wrap, all to cavity batten stage, which is about 60-70% finished. And then we're ready for cladding, exterior cladding. But yeah, this is pretty much the whole operation we kind of got going here in Shed 1. This is where we do all the cutting, all the prep work gets done here. So we'll take you down to Shed 3 and I'll show you exactly how, well, actually before that, I'll show you. You can kind of see here, got the framework, got the plywood. We actually do full dimensions on all this. So we measure everything, make sure everything is within very small tolerances. We want to make sure these panels are perfect before we take them to site, because the last thing we want to do is have 70 panels on site and they're not quite fitting together. So every single one of these panels, and this is about 2 meters by about 2.5, sometimes some of those 3 meters, but we actually get this measured within 1 millimeter tolerances. So every single one of these panels, we've actually gotten to the point where it's within 1 millimeter tolerance. I can tell you now, for a couple of non-builders, it's actually pretty bloody good. Every single one of these, we're trying to get within 1 millimeter, because we want to make sure that these are all fitting together properly. And I can tell you now, these framework, they are sometimes 2, 3, 4 mils different. So we are working within the tolerances that we're given with the actual framework that we've actually got. So it's pretty cool. We can actually get these things exactly how we want them. We can get them to a really, really good point where hopefully, fingers crossed, and we'll see that in future video when we actually start assembling this, is actually how well they go together. So let's take you to Shed 3. Dad's driving the tractor around. Might as well go for a walk there, why not? No point taking the car. It's such a nice day. Got the stockyards. And we can probably take you up to the house a bit later. Oh, you know what? I'll take you here. We'll take you into here, because inside this we have the floor panels. So the floor panels were nice and easy. So they get stored away. So once they're done, they're pretty much ready to go. So in here we have a whole bunch of floor panels. It's a bit hard to kind of see, but just in the 2 tents here, we've got a whole bunch of stuff going on here. Yes, that is for the house. This is all the exterior sheet metal that actually goes on for the roof and actually the back of the house. which I can actually show you in the design. There's a whole strip in the back of the house that kind of gets sheet metal, so you kind of have this continuous sheet metal kind of look. Really, really cool. So I'll drop that in now. But yeah, so then we're kind of using as much space as we can. Storage in this operation has been one of our biggest head scratches, because you there's only so much budget you have, and you got to use what you've got. And just it was actually a bit of a shock, because once we actually started this whole thing, we actually found out very, very quickly that we're going to need so much more space, and we moved all farm equipment out. It was like a whole month operation of moving stuff. There were cars in the sheds. It was this whole thing. So yeah, it was cool. It's actually got into a really, really cool point now where we've got a really nice operation down. But just 2 or 3 of us, it actually is going pretty smoothly so far. And a couple, I don't know if you can really see it, a couple of stuff in the background, little implements. And here in shed 3, here it is. So this is this is what we've done so far. Everything in the shed here is level 1 and level 2, finished to about 60-70%. So most of these are done up to, all of them are done up to wrapping, and then there's a cavity batten stage just after, which are these are the cavity battens. There's so many of these around. This is one of probably 5 piles of the stuff. And essentially it just spaces it out between the waterproofing and the exterior cladding. And yeah, actually right here are some samples of the cladding. We've kind of got this, it's a macrocarpa. So it's a nice exterior cladding and interior cladding. These are just some samples that we have, and we've gone macrocarpa just because it's actually just a really, really versatile kind of wood, and it actually has its own natural, it's kind of got like a, I don't know really how you would call it, but it's a kind of chemical, natural kind of chemical for like, fighting it against kind of rotting and things like that. So it's actually really, really good. It's a really, really nice wood, commonly used. But here I can show you, this is all of level 1 that we've done so far. So we are well in our way through this house build already. All different sizes. We got some holes down here. You can see this is like a window, big windows, smaller windows behind it, and some smaller panels down here. So we're really well our way through this build. This is the whole of the first floor done, and some of them you can probably just see in here is up to cavity batten stage. And we'll get the whole of the second floor, which is right here, which is pretty damn cool. We've got a big door, a couple of doors there, pretty decent sized panels. And we can actually show you, I've actually got our windows and doors. We've got one that's actually installed. We try to find, Terrence actually installed this a few weeks back during the week, just to kind of see out how this is going to go. We've got a European style, which is, I can actually show you here. This will be a bit easier. So they have that 3-phase European opening. So it like kind of kinks at the top, it opens like normal, and it has this kind of 3-phase opening system, which is really, really cool. This is our doors, some of them. The rest were actually in the white tent that I showed you before. This is just a small amount of them. They aren't this color. They are actually black. This is just a sticker, a protective sticker that's on top of this. So they will all come out. You can kind of see they're actually black inside. These are just stickers, but yeah, so we've kind of got all this. We've got the new stain which has arrived. That's for the cladding. Everything's happening very, very fast. And this is kind of why I wanted to do the video much later, because for months we were just building panels and it was exactly the same. It was very, very similar. Heaps of repetition. The site, literally once it was finished, we are just doing this. The site's waiting for us to now get the house on. So, but there's so much stuff that's going to be happening soon. So I'd rather do these videos once we've got a whole lot more content, different types of new stuff happening. And this is the door, the window, sorry. We've got one of those small, I think this is the bathroom. This is actually the bathroom window. It's a nice one, as you can kind of see. This is just the all protective sticker. So they're all kind of black. And they're nice kind of opening 3-phase system, which is cool. I would show you that, but it would be a whole bunch of editing out mistakes, and probably knocking over that whole pile just to try to do that. So we can show you that in the future video, but that is actually the whole operation that we kind of got going here, which is so cool. Everything for a bunch of non-builders, these panels are actually coming out really well. We're actually doing, to get these to within like a millimeter, some are about 1.5 millimeter tolerance is actually amazing. It's actually coming along very fast. We're already up to building the roof. So we've done the first floor, second floor, and the third floor, and we're about to start doing the roof. So the next video coming up, I reckon I'm going to show you exactly how every single panel is made. I'll do some B-roll of the framing, the plywood, of installing every single element to this up into the wrapping or the cavity battens. And then in future videos, we can start cladding. We can start getting the whole stain going and start putting on the final finishes. And we can actually start showing some finished panels before they go off to site. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please subscribe so you don't miss any more content, and I'll see you on the next one.